Hello everyone, welcome to what is beginning week 4 of our New Testament class. It's hard to believe that we're nearly halfway through. Just a few quick things by way of announcement this week. Nothing really revolutionary here, but I wanted to offer first a reminder about your discussion posts. Please make your initial posts as 2 separate replies with an appropriate title. In other words, if you're going to reply to prompt 1 and prompt 4, what I'd like you to do is to press the reply button and make one post for prompt 1. So you would hit reply, you would put in a title, something like prompt 1 : and then a subject line or a title would be great. And then write your post and save it. And then go back and repeat that process for prompt 4. That'll just keep the lines of a discussion cleaner for everyone, not to mention that it makes it easier on me to grade, so I can see exactly how many times you're interacting with me and also with your classmates. I want to just talk briefly about extra credit opportunities. I mentioned last week that there will be extra credit offered in this class until the end. There's going to be something new that I share with you each week. Last week's opportunity is now closed, but I want to remind you about the one last week that's ongoing and then share a new one for this week. So first, the one I mentioned last week has to do with memorizing scripture. So the assignment is for 15 points worth of extra credit, and what you have to do is memorize a New Testament passage of at least 5 verses. And by the end of the class, you have to meet with me on Zoom to recite it. And of course, that has to be with video on, with no notes or prompts. It has to be you and me, and you have to be sharing from your memory with me what you've memorized. Okay, here's the new opportunity for this week. I want us to think about the influence of the New Testament and the Christian worldview on our culture. It's going to be worth 5 points, and I'm going to give you some time. It's not going to be due until the end of the term, but I want to give you time to be able to do this. It's not hard, it just may require some scouting. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to find for me an example in the real world of the influence of the New Testament or the Christian worldview on our culture. And that includes our Ottawa University culture and heritage as well. If you're out and about near a courthouse, an obvious example might be something like you find a plaque of the 10 Commandments. Of course, that's not New Testament proper, but Judeo-Christian worldview, I would be okay with that. What I want you to do is take a picture of the object or of the artifact, right? Or if it's digital, I want you to take a screen capture. If it's some kind of a video, of course I would need the link to that. I need the artifact. I need you to email me that artifact along with a sufficient yet brief explanation of how or why that demonstrates New Testament or Christian influence. Now, the connection has to be pretty direct and pretty clear. And I will be the final judge of that, okay? So it's best not to come up with something that's too much of a stretch or otherwise, if it is marginal, you better be very convincing in your explanation. Hint, I really like it when you can tie your explanation to a specific scriptural reference or to a historical document, so if you can find some historical documentation about something that would supplement that. Evidence is good if you have to make the case, okay? It's worth an all or nothing 5 points. So again, not hard, I don't think, but you have to have it done by the end of the term. Find an artifact in the real world and email it to me, and why that's an influence of the New Testament or Christian culture. Okay, with that, Lord bless you this week. Please let me know if I can be of any help to you if you ever have any questions or concerns. I'm happy to do that. Lord bless you this week.